Please insert drink and hit play. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Blu-ray Dismay. You have John Daniels here. Today we are doing The Gentleman, a fifth of The Gentleman, and I have my two counterparts with me.
The Right Honorable Javier Ian Marcellus Ignatius II Esquire.
Jimmy!
Governor.
And Bruno Diaz, a.k.a. Johnny C., a.k.a. Johnny Walker.
And Bruno Diaz, you may notice that he sounds a little distant. He is actually on a separate continent right now doing social distancing.
No, I'm on the moon. I'm on the space station. I just got took up by SpaceX.
Oh, yes, you're on SpaceX.
I'm in mid-flight right now. I'm glad to be able to communicate with you guys right now. I'm on the way to the space station.
So you're a Starman?
Dude, excellent,
Sure.
excellent.
Starman?
You've advanced more than the phony fake moon landing that occurred in the 60s.
That's why my communications are so bad. But you got to kill the time on the flight somehow.
All right.
Do you really want to meet us, but you're afraid you'll blow our mind?
All right, guys. Gentlemen, 2019. Wait. The Gentleman came out in 2019, and all right. We have Matthew McConaughey, director Guy Ritchie, and we have a couple of other people which I'm not too familiar. Charlie Hunnam, who is Matthew McConaughey's right-hand man in the movie. We have Michelle Dockery.
Sons of Anarchy. Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, he's Sons of Anarchy, really?
As what?
The Charlie Hunnam guy, yeah.
Okay, Michelle Dockery, Rosalind Pearson.
I never watched that show because I was busy riding my motorcycle.
Jeremy Strong as Matthew, Lynn Renee as Jackie. Oh, Colin Farrell, who kind of just came out of nowhere. He was the coach of
Daredevil.
all the mugs.
he was Daredevil, yes.
Daredevil.
In the original crappy cinematic version before Matthew Cox
He was Deadeye or Bloodshot or something like that.
What?
He was
Or Bullseye.
Yeah.
Henry Golding as Dry Eye, Tom Wu as Lord George, Chidi Ufu as Bunny, Hugh Grant as Fletcher. That's Hugh Grant?
Yeah.
Didn't recognize him, right?
Wait.
You didn't know?
Hold on. Hugh Grant is the guy he's the little photographer dude?
Yeah. The
No
tabloid,
way.
tabloid reporter.
What is it, 9 months or something? Or,
Yeah.
Oh
whatever,
my
Or
God.
music and lyrics or whatever.
And by the way, I think it was, wow. I believe
What else? What else is he in? Where he's like the?
he was
Notting Hill or
Father of the
something?
Bride?
it was allegedly stated that he cheated on his wife at that time, who was Elizabeth Hurley, with a black prostitute.
You stepped on my joke because, you know what I'm saying? The part of the genius of this movie is they made Hugh Grant look like a guy who would get caught with a prostitute.
So it's, yes, again, allegedly, according to every credible source out there.
Yeah.
We have Simon R. Barker as...
I'm not saying he was caught with a prostitute,
Yeah, I'm not saying he was caught with a prostitute.
but he was caught with a
But he's
prostitute.
caught with a prostitute. Caught with a prostitute. Allegedly.
might
Simon
have.
R. Barker as Frazier, Eddie Marzen as Big Dave, and Jason Wong as Fook, or as they said, Fook, or Fook with a PH.
Fuck?
Yes. Okay.
How you cheat on Elizabeth Hurley?
Hey, man, you get bored after a while, I guess, even among the hottest women, or at least heated.
She's still hot 90s.
Yeah, I know. She's still smoking today, and it's like,
I know.
buddy, were you blind back then? Okay, this movie was amazing. I did not realize that it was the same director as Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch. But Guy Ritchie does an amazing, just an amazing portrayal of, hey, here's some screwed up story, and let me piece it together in like a Crash type, the sequence, right? He's got subplot among subplot, but they all tie together in the beginning, middle, and end. I thought it was great. I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I enjoyed it partly because it was a Guy Ritchie movie, and he was like back to form because he's been like kind of all over the place in the past 20 years. For one thing, after Snatch or whatever, he went and married Madonna. Then he made Swept Away, and then he was married to Madonna, and then he made King Arthur, and that went nowhere. Then he made Aladdin, and then suddenly he's back here making The Gentleman, and he's like, yep, you're back where you belong, guy. Right here.
Then he married Madonna like 5 more times in between that time.
Nuh-uh. Did it really?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, he just married
Maybe
Madonna.
he's still just married to her.
Had to make a bad movie, then came back.
Did he adopt like the 9 little kids with her too, or whatever, or the 6 kids, whatever they have?
I thought those were studio orphans.
Does she
or
have
something.
that?
She adopted like a bunch of little kids or something from like all over the planet. Let me see. Hold on.
No, but yeah, no, it's back to form because the part of why I like this is because he went back to being just Guy Ritchie doing British gangster films.
Yeah, well, the last one he did was I haven't seen Man from U.N.C.L.E., but it's on my list.
Yeah.
Supposedly good.
Well, he does. He does
but
advertise it.
Rock'n'Rolla
He does advertise it
was
prominently
10
in this
years?
movie.
What?
He does advertise Man from U.N.C.L.E. prominently in this movie.
Oh, nice. But in Rock'n'Rolla, that was 2008, and I remember liking that when I saw it, and that was a long time ago. So yeah, he did Sherlock, and then he did Sherlock 2, then he did Man from U.N.C.L.E., which I want to see, which I heard is good, and then he did King Arthur, which I don't want to see, and then he did Aladdin, which I unfortunately saw parts of.
Yeah,
and then Gentleman, it is finally his return to form.
How dare you leave out Revolver?
Revolver, Jason Statham. I think it was also.
Dude, Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch.
But wasn't Revolver Jason Statham and
Rock'n'Rolla are all in the same type of vein of like
Ray Liotta?
Like, mobster comedy, criminal underlord type deal.
Guys,
and this is definitely his return. Yeah, like this is going back to what he's good at.
Yeah,
and it's great. I love it.
Back to his wheelhouse. Yeah.
But on a more serious note, people, allegedly Madonna has 6 kids. 4 are from Malawi.
Maui.
Yeah, that's what I said. Malawi.
Malawi.
And I think the 2 kids that she does have, the 2 biological kids that she does have, again, allegedly, are from Lourdes Leon and Rocco Ritchie. No. Never mind. I don't know who the dads are.
Nah, man, who cares about Madonna?
Apparently, Rocco Ritchie is Guy Ritchie's biological kid.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
But Lourdes Leon, I don't know who that guy belongs to.
Yeah, the other ones are like adopted or something.
Or
Guy Ritchie,
something.
He's married. He's been married to somebody else since like 2015 or something like that.
Yeah, he married some
model or something like and they got 3 kids of their own or something. So that's old news.
Old news. Why bring the bullshit, man?
Dude, I thought we were talking about Madonna.
Madonna's pretty famous. I saw her live. It's good.
Yeah,
you did.
But here's the thing: is like depending on where she is in her career, it's like
DC, something like that.
You married Madonna.
But,
you married Madonna.
Madonna.
All right, let's change the podcast to Madonna.
Madonna.
Okay.
Music.
Anyway,
okay. Brings the people.
She was in that terrible movie. What is it? Frida? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it was the one that we did a movie on it. We did a review on it. 4 Rooms.
Oh yeah,
Little League, The Little Women. What is it?
A League of Their Own.
League of Their Own.
Yeah.
No, she did
That's
4
her
Rooms.
Best movie.
She?
Her best movie is A League of Their Own. That's her best movie.
What? Yeah, she was also popped up in Die Another Day. What else was she in? Desperately Seeking Susan.
Oh, that's a good Bond theme song. She does that theme song.
Yeah.
Another Day. I like that.
Another day, I'm gonna die. Another day.
All right, this podcast is
said
ending
you wanted to
early.
listen to
Let's
Madonna podcast.
please change gears and let's go back to anything Guy Ritchie.
Why are you bringing up Madonna then?
I'm
You're the
sorry.
one who brought it up.
Okay.
You brought this upon us.
Dry Eye in the movies, Asian Little Gangster. Again, like I said, this
Yeah.
is like, I wouldn't say it's like an Inception type movie, but there are so many subplots and it's freaking awesome because they all get twisted and commingled and tied together, and it's done seamlessly, all at the hands of Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, very slick, yeah.
Yes.
And that's the thing, part of what I like, because Guy Ritchie does that. He did the similar things with Snatch and Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels. There are a couple of parallels, here, like you were talking about, like telling the story about it. It's like half day of the movies are them telling people what's happened. And like that's the framing device of this movie. Hugh Grant's character, Fletcher, is busy telling Charlie Hunnam's character what went down, which he already knows. And it takes them a while for the movie to catch up to them talking about what they were rehashing.
Yeah, they pulled the Maverick format, which I really love.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
Maverick?
A sucker for Maverick, the movie Maverick with
Mel Gibson, James Coburn,
and who?
James Coburn. What? You guys don't know
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Coburn, our man Flint, the president's analyst?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
and Mel Gibson and Jodie Foster, and it's like a card game movie in the Old West. But they do the same kind of storytelling beat where that's not where it first originated from, obviously, but that's where I first saw it, and like ever since then I always call it the Maverick movie trick or whatever. I'm like, where the story, the characters are telling the story of the movie, and then eventually they lead up to the climax of the movie where it leads up to the present time and them having the conversation, and then the end of the movie is the aftermath of that conversation that they have.
It's
leading
been
up to
done.
But yeah, I'm a sucker for that type of format of movie, and it's kind of like I just saw Knives Out, and that was really good.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the clue, like kind of like who done it. Like you're trying to figure out like what the hell's really going on.
Right.
And
Who
that's
knows?
part of, like the fun of like watching it, you know.
Who did what? Who knows what? And they're fond of misdirecting you at some point where it's like this guy says, well, Fletcher's like, this guy did this.
It's kind of like a who done it, like almost that way.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
But then it's like, no, you didn't quite get that right because this didn't happen. It's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, like how they, full spoilers ahead for this movie, gentlemen, blah, blah, blah. But like how they try to
spoilers incoming.
That Matthew McConaughey is like going to get killed, like whacked in the beginning of the movie. Like that's the first thing they show you.
Yeah, some clever misdirection.
And then eventually,
dude, that was a Carlito's Way intro. It was totally cool. And I'm not even saying it's a ripoff. I'm saying it's cool. I'm saying it catches your interest. It's like, okay, what's going to happen, right?
It's just ambiguous enough to work.
Right. It's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's an example of enough of copying something enough and being original enough in your own good context.
Right.
Context being good enough to where you accept it, and it's like
definitely not a ripoff. If anything, it's its own unique spin,
homage. But this movie is like steeped in like cinema history because he goes back to reference the conversation with by Francis Ford Coppola. So Guy Ritchie's fully aware of like Hollywood history, and he's like even talks about it in the beginning. We're talking about like I'm pitching this like a film, and like I'm talking about film strips in 35 millimeter. He's like he's like a bit of classic Hollywood in his game.
Oh, by the way, I think he puts in ODB, Old Dirty Bastard, song during one of the chase sequences.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I love all his like like how Hugh Grant's like immediately part of the movie is him trying to sell this story that he's telling us to a movie like as a
right.
So like or whatever. So it's like literally like kind of like a fourth wall breaking thing.
Yeah,
right.
Where we're kind of like watching the screenplay, and then they even like he's like, come on, play a game with me, and they like watch down and like play the scene out like as it's going on.
Yeah.
And he's really just having fun with it. He's just having fun with the medium that he's in because he's able to do like Javier said earlier, like all the different cuts. Where they show like the different like, framing. He explains like transition cuts and like all that different type of thing.
I still can't believe that's Mr. Prostitute Man as Fletcher. Allegedly. I can't believe he's Mr.
Dude, he never
Mr. Black Prostitute Man. I did not recognize him.
Really? Yeah. You know the funny thing? Apparently he did all his lines in like 5 days of shooting. He had to learn a whole bunch of script and stuff.
Dude, how do you talk with that phony accent though? They all did really well.
Well, that's a part of it. Part of it is not funny accent for them. Some of them.
Matthew McConaughey, he didn't have an accent. Colin Farrell had to put on the accent.
Did he though? Isn't he Irish? I don't think he put much of an accent.
He's Irish.
Yeah, maybe his parents are Irish, but he was not raised in Ireland.
I don't know,
dude. The Recruit, he was like a Boston accent. He talked like a regular Bostonian.
The movie.
Yeah, but like in Undine, he's straight up Irishman. I'm pretty sure.
You're saying he was raised in Irelands?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Watch an interview with him and you'll hear him talk and you'll see what we're talking about.
Dude, I don't want to hear his dumbass talk, but he did a really good job in the movie. I think it was awesome.
Yeah. That was funny. He just starts slapping the knives out of kids' hands.
Yeah.
He's like, this fight was already won in my mind.
How he's like messing with the kids in the store. He's like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, wait your turn. He's like, what the hell are you doing being loud and idiot? He's like, come down to the bar. He's like, come down to the boxing ring. We'll toughen you up or whatever.
Okay, guys, so let's get to the revenues here. Revenues. Okay, the Gentleman, 2019, had a production budget of $22 million. That's USD, United States dollars.
Right. Can't
not
believe it's
pounds.
So cheap,
right? Okay. Came in at the worldwide box office at $112 million. So it did well.
Solid financial success.
Right. Financial success. I think JVR mentioned it previously. You have to hit between 2 to 3 times of the production budget, which would be around $66 million here.
Right.
They made 112. So not only did they break even, they exceeded a healthy amount. Right. They made
that money.
Yeah.
Made that green.
Yeah. Just to break down.
That cheese. What does he call it? The powdered white cheddar or something? Or
I don't know what they call it, but just to break it down, it'd be the 112. To divide that in 2, it would be the domestic box office here, U.S., 36 million, international 75 million, coming around at 110, 112. So very cool. I'm really happy that it did well.
Yeah.
I love the opening effects and the smoke when they're all the weed plants in the background and like Matthew McConaughey and it shows his silhouette and then it like all turns into weed smoke. I love that.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. It reminded me of like a Bond or something like that, kind of like
right.
And the gun and the golden gun, comes into play later and all that stuff. And I was like, cool.
Like I said, Guy Ritchie, he's steeped in like movie history, and so he likes to throw those little references in there because he's just having fun with it. You can tell it's like he's just having fun making this movie.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, all right, let me do this, let me do that.
Actually, back to that type of greatness that he had, and then literally just having fun with it, and it's like him literally, he's like explaining to the audience like how movies are made, like without them even knowing it. Like he's like Hugh Grant's like kind of the narrator. And yeah, that's part of the plot of the movie. He's trying to sell it as a script, and at the end, he's all like trying to go into LA, trying to sell the script, the same story that he just told you to like Hollywood and everything, because he knows it, you know what it is.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're coming up on the 16-minute mark here.
Do we have anything else?
I don't know. I mean, ratings. If you got to rate it, I know you reserve your right.
Couple of things I like to point out. Some neat little.
Oh, I thought, are we doing a sorry, is
a fifth of or a shot of?
Shot or a fifth?
No, I'm just marking our. I'm just marking our. We're doing a fifth. I'm just marking the time.
Well, I just like to speak out. So as long as we were talking about golden guns and whatnot, when they had the little derringer,
dude, speak.
That was one of my favorite little scenes in there, where Michelle Dockery is like has the little derringer, and then folks guys try to come and threaten her. And she's like, yeah, it's a gun in England, it's 5 years automatic prison sentence, but then she does not hesitate to use it when her life is on the line. Just so kind of shows her cool, calculating character. And also the neat little detail where she actually does drill both antagonists directly between the eyes. Of course, she has had the benefit of being a 22 and at very close range.
Yeah,
but it does take a certain amount of calm composure to be able to do that.
Very cool scene. Yeah,
but then the follow up to that is like as soon as she's out of ammo, then she realizes she's in trouble, almost literally, because the guy's about to beat the crap out of her and rape her.
yeah, it's pretty bad. And then
McConaughey's not all right.
Right, he was not.
When he shows up, I thought he was gonna like torture him.
I thought he was gonna chain him up and put an engine block on his chest.
Right.
Yeah. But he would.
At least shot him like 20 times.
When you have that much like rage in you, your probably first bet is gonna be like, okay, dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He just ended him.
At that point, it ain't got an accident and all that shit.
Yeah.
Just, like fuck it, it's over.
He was pretty much running on pure adrenaline. Yeah. But that's a credit to him as his performance in this flick as a gangster. He's really level-headed. He's like, all right. He does tend to see things kind of analytically and just decide on a course of action and carry it out, which I think is part of why his character is so like likable and successful. It's just he's competent, and it's nice he's surrounded with like his top guy, his right-hand man, is also pretty competent.
Charlie
Hunnam. He's to it.
He's from what series?
Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah, Sons of Anarchy.
Got Peggy from Married with Children and
Peggy's in there, right? Dude,
and a bunch of other people.
Matthew McConaughey. I just saw this other flick that came on HBO or Showtime, one of those, whatever's. White Boy Rick, where he plays a father figure in the film, and it is hilarious. Again, I know we're doing this is specific to The Gentleman, but while we're on the topic of Matthew McConaughey, I thought he was he's just an all-around well-rounded actor. He can make you believe whatever story you.
He does have a surprisingly broad range of roles, because you would have expected him to be typecast after Dazed and Confused. It's just like a stoner cool dude. Yeah, Wooderson. He could have been Wooderson for the rest of his life.
He's like a badass guy, man. He can convince you of any role. In White Boy Rick, he plays like a broken down father of like some freaking.
I think he worked up to it. I mean, Interstellar, like
he sold me as an astronaut in Interstellar.
And Wolf of Wall Street. Have you seen that? Wolf of
Wall Street. He's the mentor for he was the mentor for Leonardo DiCaprio's character.
Yeah.
And they're in the restaurant.
Then whatever it was in Dallas Buyers Club, and he's like, he's just
was he an astronaut in one of the other like flicks, like Sandra Bullock's flick?
No, he wasn't in Gravity. He was in
Gravity. He was in Contact. He was a lawyer in Contact.
Oh, yeah, he was a lawyer in Contact.
Oh, wait, he was a lawyer for Samuel L. Jackson in the racist movie, like the movie.
Time to Kill.
Oh, yeah. That was good. That was good too.
That was good. Yeah.
So everyone's.
He's been doing that for a long time.
You don't think about it, but then suddenly you're surprised by the breadth of his career.
He's such a well-rounded guy, man. He's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been easy for him to just be always.
Sahara with him and Kate Hudson. It's like a really bad movie.
What is it? Terrible? I can imagine.
Yeah, it's like really bad.
Everyone has their bad ones now and every now and again.
Yeah. I'm just calling it.
Just pointing out he does have range, because he can be lots of things, and he could have been just like the easy leading man the whole time, but instead he's chosen to take on a variety of roles.
Dude, he's almost to like action hero status. Like, if he showed up in like an
No, he
Expendables,
is.
you'd be like, okay, maybe.
Dude, he is an action hero, but in like normal films. Like he's like a superhero among normal people.
He needs to do more Keanu Reeves like Speed type roles where he's like top
Speed,
like wearing a vest or something, running around.
Focus, Jack.
Or like a what is it, Training Day or something like that or some shit.
Oh yeah, I can see him in a Training Day type movie.
That's kind of funny.
I think he'd do well there.
Yeah.
You could probably carry it off. So yeah, we're just all surprised. Everyone's surprised, but they shouldn't be by McConaughey's ranged.
That's
pretty funny.
Yeah. I know that. I love that part of it too. Like it's like a play, and then he's like so comfortable, and he's like, "Yep, the he's like."
By the way,
the cheese,
the
like whatever all they say.
The person in charge of visual and wardrobe, amazing. I mean, these people played the part of straight killers and luxurious, intelligent killers. I mean, they truly.
Oh, fun fact! Apparently for like Charlie Hunnam's wardrobe. A lot of that wasn't even costuming. They just went to like high-end London shops and just bought clothing.
Really? Yeah. That's expensive.
Support your local communities, man.
Yeah. So when you got a $22 million budget, I guess you can go to Seville Row, and
Thomas Pink, etc.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, let's we're talking a lot about all the actors and everything. What do we think about like the story and the plot?
No, go back to Matthew McConaughey.
And, like, okay,
my idol.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm all for it.
All right.
I'm saying that everyone, like actor-wise, did well here. I mean, some of them weren't necessarily challenging roles, but they all carried their roles out as well done as could be expected. I mean, Hugh Grant's kind of playing against type. Matthew McConaughey.
I was waiting for Statham to make a cameo.
Who?
He should have. Jason Statham. Yeah.
Jason Statham.
Dude, honestly, I had no idea when I ordered this movie this morning on demand or whatever. I had no clue what the movie was about. And I just got sucked right into it.
Me too, man. Like I only
literally
saw the trailer like back before.
I didn't even watch the trailer. I didn't watch the trailer, dude.
I just watched the movie. No, I saw it a long time ago. I was like, oh, cool. It looks like one of his old movies. And then I was like, all right. And that's why I was like telling Javier earlier.
I'm telling you right now, not only am I going to get this on Blu-ray for Blu-ray Dismay, but I'll get it on 4K as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
yes.
4K.
So that's how good the movie is. It's amazing. And again,
our new podcast coming next year, 4K Disarray.
4K Disarray. Yes.
Yeah, 4K Disarray. When everybody's allowed to have 4Ks in their living room at a reasonable price.
Right.
That's cool. Yeah. That's whenever me and Javier get 4K TVs.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's when we'll search for 4K.
Oh my God.
Yeah, mine's still got the Rabbiters on it, so I mean, it's gonna be a while.
Remember, he's only 127 years old.
Yo, I like DVD still.
Man, I remember when just had people like send me scripts by telegraph.
Yeah, he would be read a story and he would have to believe it.
Yeah.
I have a box of VHSs.
Oh my God.
But anyway, yeah, I love the style, the flow, the storytelling, just the writing, the acting, even the action too is really like pretty brutal when it does happen.
Yeah, well, it's Guy Ritchie being Guy Ritchie at his best.
Yeah, all the British lingo, love it.
Mm-hmm.
I put subtitles on because I was like, all right, what the hell?
What are you saying?
Like, what are they saying?
Yeah,
trying to catch up with Hugh Grant.
It's pretty funny.
I like it. Like I said, this is full of Guy Ritchie-isms. It's like the little like at the end there when the we are doing spoilers and everything, right? When the dumb kids try to take out Matthew McConaughey and end up taking the Russians.
Wait. I thought the kids
they were trying to take out Matthew McConaughey, but they ended up taking out the
sure?
Yeah. But they ended up taking out the Russians because they were driving him. They didn't know.
They were trying to take out Matthew McConaughey because he had leverage over Coach.
Yeah.
What? And those idiots killed the wrong people, which actually worked out very well for Matthew McConaughey.
Right. And I'm saying that's like a callback to like was it?
That was going on?
I thought they were helping Matthew McConaughey out.
Not intentionally.
Yeah, I thought they were helping him because they knew that they were looking for him.
No, it's CBC.
I think JVR's correct though. I think JVR's right.
When he sees him, he ducks immediately. He's like, "Whoop, get down."
I thought they chose allegiances at that point because Colin Farrell was already working for...
Coach
was working for him.
decided to do favors on the side to get his kids out of harm's way.
Yeah, off the hook.
But I don't think his kids were fully aware of what Coach was getting involved in, because Coach was doing some gangster type stuff.
But I think they knew that the same thing Colin Farrell knew was that the dude was in trouble.
No, they didn't.
I don't think so. Now that JVR points it out,
I continue to keep going on what they were doing.
No, because the way they frame it, they're trying to get Coach out of trouble.
And then he raised up his hand and he said number 4. He's like, that's number 4.
No, number 4 was when he shot the Russians.
Right. Coach himself shot the Russians. He didn't order the hit on the car ride.
He's just made when the toddler's like, we're going to get you out of trouble. The toddlers are all like, oh, Coach, don't worry, we got this. And he's like, what are you doing? No, don't.
Right, and then they hung up on him.
And then they go shoot a bunch of Russians. And then
I thought they were doing that to save, like...
That's what I thought too, but I can see what JVR... I can see what JVR's saying.
No, go rewatch it, man. Yeah. They're trying to get Coach out of trouble. Because Coach is the only one that show loyalty to you.
Because they were under the same umbrella as Coach, and then Coach is still working for them. Because that's why, and that's why, that's why he's like, that's my last one. All right, I'm out.
So what?
No, but that's the point, though. Coach makes the point that he doesn't want the kids involved, so he's doing the favors, not the kids.
Right. He's doing the gangster stuff.
And he only gets the kids involved under his direction when he has to do something.
Right. Only like a select.
They're trying to get him out of it.
I think they're trying to get the weight off of him. Right.
Right. So they end up.
But I'm saying he explained it pretty well earlier. He was like, you got to understand the weight of your actions, and that's why they realize what they did, and that's why they're in the position that they are. I thought that they already realized that.
Hey, let me fast forward. But they don't in the scene. So wait, do they show Matthew McConaughey after that scene where it gets all shut up by the kids?
Yeah, he's talking to Michelle Dockery, and he's like,
in the living room.
Yeah. And she's like, they just got Fletcher, and it's like, all right.
So wait. If they wanted him dead, why didn't they kill him then?
They thought they did. They're clumsy kids.
They're dumb kids. That's the kind of point they established in the film. And that's what I'm saying. It's a callback to, like, say, Snatcher. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, where the two opposing factions end up shooting each other and taking all the money.
Oh, yeah. Where they do the stupid thing instead, and they're like, no.
Yeah.
And then the guys come back and it's like, what happened to our barrels? It's all been replaced by dead gangsters or whatever. It's like,
yeah.
And he was a callback to that.
I'm definitely ordering this flick. This is like a must-own. This is an amazing...
Yeah.
Even if you're not a Guy Ritchie fan, this is just a good flick all around.
If you like gangster films at all.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a fun movie
it's cool.
Watch,
it's a cool movie. And the way they were all dressed, I mean, they look like literally luxurious drug czars.
Another scene I loved was when he was chasing the kid with the cell phone. And he was like, come on, just put the phone down. I'll give you this stack of money. And he's like, how much money you want, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he realizes, actually, there's 20 of them. He's like, how about you drop a stack of money and we don't kill you? And he's like, all right. And then he pulls the machine gun out of his giant coat or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I was like, awesome, dude. I was like, I love his composure throughout the whole. And I know that's his character.
Yeah, no, he did a very.
I'm surprised he didn't shoot all of them.
No, he's a very good right-hand man. He's a cool guy. He's a cool, calm, collected dude.
He's the number one, dude.
Bob, Jack, you're my number one.
The Joker.
I'm my number one.
That guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. It's funny how much the most competent characters in here are all wearing like big glasses. It's really weird.
It's pretty funny.
Like all the smartest people are wearing glasses. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but
no, it's true. Smart people wear glasses. Hello.
And I almost did forget about the Russian kid that fell out the window because they said it and they mentioned it, and I was like. And until they brought it up again at the very end, I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, there is loose ends. There's always loose ends. Forever.
Well, that's one thing Guy Ritchie does well is tie up these loose ends with each other. They use the loose ends to tie each other up.
Yeah.
So that's one
episode.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like he's back in form. He did similar things in Snatch. He did a similar thing in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. He does it again in The Gentleman. But it's fun to watch because it happens. Mm-hmm. And he does it so stylishly. And they're all dressed so incredibly well. No, seriously, I wasn't actually noticing that. I was like, man, Charlie Hunnam's wardrobe looks like sharp. He does not look like a hired thug. He looks like...
Oh, yeah. So I had a question for you guys.
Yeah.
I had a question for you guys. What is the relation between Hugh Grant's character and the Charlie Hunnam guy?
Nothing. He's completely...
Raymond Smith and Fletcher. How do they know each other?
Fletcher he's just like a known like peeping Tom. They all know him to be a pain in the ass. Right. Yeah, they all know him to be a pain in the ass.
the way they were interacting, and then he's like in his apartment, like drinking his alcohol,
probably they were.
He immediately didn't just shoot him right away.
Right, I think
he knew who he was.
They're probably like,
what is this relationship that they have?
Known associates.
It's your reputation. Their reputation is known to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get where he's like willing to listen to this guy's whole story and like play his game. He's like, play a game with me, blah blah blah.
Well, not only that, he's also like telling him he wants to like bang him or some crap.
Yeah, it's also kind of weird.
Being weirdo on him.
He's like, dude, you might get shot.
Yeah,
he's creeper to the max.
But then they do establish later on that part of the reason he played along with him was to get to all his information. Because he wanted the information he had.
Yeah, because he's using him at the same time. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So they're both like trying to use each other.
Yeah.
And that's why you get this sort of weird dance going on.
A little bit of the upper hand at the end. He's like, look, I saved you from the Russians. Right?
That was funny. Yeah. He like helps a little bush. Like,
I will say though, I want that barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
That is the pretty sweet barbecue.
Dude. They sold me on that barbecue. I hate them for selling me on that barbecue.
Yeah. Great stuff. But then you also notice his character, like Charlie Hunnam's character, was just slightly OCD a little bit because he's like, I don't want to go to South London. They're dirty there. And he's trying to organize stuff, and it's like, don't take your shoes off, or take your shoes off when you go to the house. Don't smoke in my house.
Yeah, he realized it's something that's out of his jurisdiction, and that's why he was saying that he doesn't want to go there because obviously the
trouble follows.
Like he was saying, like there's Russian people, I guess, hanging out in that area.
Unknowns, pretty much.
The exact thing that he was warning him about happened was like there's another dude that fell out of a window, got in the way. It's like collateral damage in the wrong neighborhood where you can't have collateral damage, which is what he was trying to say to him. He even warned him, like he's like, it's not a good idea. Something's bad. It's gonna go south, and he was right.
Yes.
Also, apparently this movie took a little flack or a little criticism for being borderline racist because there are several moments in the movie where they're talking about things that could have been portrayed as racist, like when he talks about the frozen Chinaman or whatever.
Yeah, but that's just a joke or whatever.
Yeah,
and then when the other guy's like,
that was like more mobster lingo,
right? Yeah. But it's just funny. The mobsters are trying to be PC. It was like, boss, he called me a black cunt. Is that racist? He's like, no, he's not calling. It's not racist because he's calling you a cunt. You're not because you're black. It's because you're a cunt.
That was actually pretty funny.
Yeah. And he's like, it's in terms of the situation, and he's like, he's coming from a place of love. So obviously, he's not trying to call you a black cunt. And he's like, I actually hold on a second.
We're holding on, standing by.
That argument is like what Colin Farrell said. The guy Ritchie's trying to, with his little 2 cents or whatever on that, and I guess like social, like I guess a way of using lingo.
Yeah.
Is I agree with him. Is Chris Rock said it too, and back when it was old specials from like early 2000s. He's like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Like you have to take things in context and who and why and when.
Right.
You can't just label things as how you see it because you don't know the context of what they're being said in. So it's like that's where the point I think Colin Farrell's trying to make. He's like, he's racist. He's like, no, he's not. He's like, you're one of the few black people in here or whatever. He's just singling you up. And it's just like, dogging each other, like, bros, like hanging out, especially in a gym type lingo,
But yeah, guys, we're on the 34-minute mark.
Already? It doesn't feel that long.
Yep.
But I just would like to point out just a couple of the fun things. It's like when he has what's his name, the cowboy in the freezer. It's like, I'm gonna get my pound of flesh one way or the other.
Yeah,
that's some serious hardcore shit. And then also like I said, Michelle Dockery just being dead eye with the 22. It's pretty impressive. Just it speaks to her character. She didn't get a whole lot of screen time, but she made the most of what she had.
That was a good scene, man. Because like even like me and the characters. We're all feeling the same thing at the same time. We don't know if it's working or not, and we're all like, "Oh!" And the dude falls over dead, and oh shit, she actually got it. It actually worked. It's not just like, and he knew the guy that sent her the present, and then he's like, "Oh, you got to pick." He even calls it out.
It's a paperweight.
So I figured he knew that it wasn't like able to shoot or something like that.
Right.
And that's what I figured was, and then so that that's a good scene. Like the tension was like definitely like
wretched way up
the build up and all that stuff. It was like it was really intense.
Right. If you guys had to rate it, what would you rate it? I know JVR never rates it, but JVR, do you want to rate it?
Rate it. It's good, Gov.
Good. It's good. Okay, Johnny Walker, what would you rate it? Scale of 1 to 10.
You're not gonna rate it?
As always, I reserve the right to reserve my judgment. I just watched it. I'll watch it again. Don't worry.
This is the fifth.
I'll think about it and talk about it some more later. Don't worry. As similar to what I did with Terminator. I'll think about it I'll have a good think. Sit down, think about it, and then tell you what I thought about it.
Okay, so
Johnny Walker.
We're not going to redo The Gentleman just for Jimmy later.
We might.
We do the next Guy Ritchie movie,
I'll talk about
a little snippet in the beginning that says Jimmy's new rating for The Gentleman. How about that?
And I'm fine with that.
Johnny Walker, what would you rate it, Johnny Walker?
Crazy people. All right, I would rate it because I just watched it and was able to watch the movie in my own leisure and figure out the story and the characters and what I liked and didn't like about it. I would definitely rate it a 8.5 or higher.
Yeah.
Almost a 9. Actually,
Yeah.
I'll give it a 9. I'll just give it a straight up 9.
Yeah.
Because I enjoyed watching it, and it gave me all the tense feelings of watching a thriller almost, of just being in those mob situations of who the fuck's gonna kill me and why, who's gonna win, and it's everybody's an asshole, so it doesn't really even matter. And especially, just to go through a couple more scenes, the dude where he, one of my favorite parts of the movie, which is one of the worst kind of, is when he went to the Chinese guy or the Asian dude hideout.
The frozen Chinaman.
Yeah, in the Chinatown for watching Hong Kong, the races and all that stuff. And he was he poisoned him. He was like, "Yo, you're undermining me. You fucking come under me and tell me you want to buy me out and threaten my life and whatever and all that shit and steal from my whatever." He's like, "You broke the rules. This is unprofessional." And instead of going all crazy, how another one of my favorite scenes is how Hugh Grant was explaining how he wished the scene played out when the Asian guy came out and initially gave him the offer, and he just went ape shit and just shot him a bunch and killed everybody. And I was like, hell yeah. And then they're like, no, we got to rewind. And this is what really would happen.
Yeah, it would have been a shorter movie.
He was like, when he was flipping at him. But when he was flipping at him again, it was awesome.
All right, John Daniels here. For my rating, totally agree with you, Johnny Walker. 9 out of 10. I thought it was an amazing flick. I thought it was action. I thought it was suspenseful. I thought it was just a really cool story to follow. And the way the way that Guy Ritchie created the subplots to be intertwined and then finally resolved, beginning, middle, and end. It was just kind of like a flawless execution, flawless movie. 9 out of 10. I think it's a really cool flick. And of course, the actors speak for themselves. And that's all I got. I think
apparently Guy Ritchie saw Black Mirror.
The scene where he almost kills him when he's puking and stuff was he was literally about to shoot him, and then he gave him his light and he's like, "Here, take the pills, you'll be fine. Don't break the rules again or whatever." He almost caused the whole war, but he's smart enough and has enough composure to realize that that's not the smartest decision to make at that point, and then you figure out actually what's really going on, and then
it's
just the other guy being a hothead trying to take over the whole business, which he kind of did almost.
Yeah,
you got to keep that level head.
All right, any
dry eye,
any final thoughts, JVRs?
Well, there was some pig fucking in this movie. If for all you fans of Black Mirror,
they didn't show it. Thank God.
The weird thing, and that's
you can't unsee it.
Smoking barrels, right?
Yeah,
and it's how do you trick somebody into doing that? I don't know how. What? I don't know what the hell. But it's some pretty messed up stuff. And it's at that point, I figured that guy would be I don't know, do something drastic against himself or against them or whatever at that point, and just be whatever, screw them, screw this, whatever, fuck it. Because because they got him under his belt for the rest of his life, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, whatever. It's fucking do whatever you want.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, Johnny Walker?
9 out of 10. Well, I'm glad Guy Ritchie's making movies like this again. It took him 10 years. But I hope he does more. I haven't seen Robin Hood. I don't want to see it. But it's not that he's a bad director. It's just that he makes some really funky choices.
Yeah, he is kind of
really
all over
wonky. His movies, but when he's great or when he's good, I love it. It's great. Ever since Lost, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, which is his first movie, and he hit it out of the park. That's his style. He almost created his own style movie with that. And he should. I hope he keeps making more like them, even if it takes him a long time in between.
Okay.
If we have to get an Aladdin 2 to get another Gentleman, I'm fine with that.
It's funny. Another Will Smith movie. Yes. But yeah, guys, I guess that's it then. you guys already got my recommendation. I think it's a must-own. So I guess.
Yeah, shout out to Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Really loved him in this movie.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll have something for you guys next week. And like I said, buy this flick. It's worth your time, worth your dime. All right, take it easy, everybody. See ya.
Bye.